INS Garuda is an Indian naval air station located near Kochi, in the state of Kerala. Commissioned on the 11th of May 1953, it is the oldest operating air station of the Indian Navy. The air station is adjacent to INS Venduruthy and the headquarters of Southern Naval Command. INS Garuda is a major naval air training center as well as an operational base. History: the original airstrip near Kochi was built by the Kochi Port Trust to transport senior officials of the British Harbour Corps from the Madras Presidency for supervising the development of modern Kochi Port in 1936. During World War II, the rudimentary airstrip was taken over by the Royal Air Force in 1941 and expanded to establish a RAF experimental station. The Indian Air Force Volunteer Reserve No. 5 Coastal Defence Flight Flying Westland Wapiti 2 aircraft was based at the station in May 1941. In December 1942, IFVR No. 5 was disbanded, and resources transferred to HMS Garuda in Pilamadu, Tamil Nadu. In 1943, the Kochi facilities were transferred to the Royal Navy, which established an aircraft repair yard at the location to assemble aircraft shipped to India for the war effort. HMS Garuda was decommissioned in September 1946 at the end of the war, and the Kochi infrastructure was transferred to the DGCA. Post-independence, the Indian Navy acquired the first short-sealand aircraft on the 13th of January 1953. The aviation facilities at Kochi were transferred to the Indian Navy, and temporarily placed under the command of Naval Base INS Venduruthy on the 1st of January 1953 to prepare for operating the aircraft. The first Sealand aircraft arrived in Kochi from the UK on the 4th of February 1953. The facilities were commissioned as a fully operational naval air station under the command of the Indian Naval Air Arm on the 11th of May 1953 and renamed INS Garuda. Commodore G. Douglas was its first commanding officer. Since then, INS Garuda has remained a strategic operating station for the Navy, with several training schools, intelligence centers, maintenance and repair facilities and experimental stations based here. A separate civil enclave for domestic travelers was allowed to operate at INS Garuda, which remained operational until July 1999, when the Kochi International Airport was commissioned. The 747 Squadron of the Indian Coast Guard was activated on the 22nd of April 2002 within the premises of Naval Base Kochi. The squadron operates two Dornier 228 aircraft units. INS Garuda has two intersecting runways, allowing almost all operational aircraft to land and take off. Indian Naval Air Squadrons based at INS Garuda as of 2011 include INAS 550, a reconnaissance squadron operating Dornier 228 aircraft, INAS 336, an anti-submarine warfare and advanced training squadron operating Westland-seeking Mk. 42B helicopters, INAS 321, a search and rescue and logistics squadron operating Halchetic helicopters, INAS 342, operating IAI Heron and IAI Searcher Mk. 2 UAVs. INS Garuda also has a number of naval aviation training schools. Observer School trains pilots and technical personnel in maritime reconnaissance, patrol, evacuation and search and rescue missions. School for Naval Airmen and the Naval Institute of Aviation Technology impart theoretical training to naval aviation personnel and those associated with flying operations. maintenance. Aeronautical Training Institute conducts training for officers and sailors in aircraft maintenance. School for Naval Oceanography and Meteorology. INS Garuda also has facilities for imparting training in airborne anti-submarine operations affiliated with the Anti-Submarine Warfare School on INS Venduruthy. The school's facilities include a Thales Underwater Systems (LOFAR) training simulator,